welcome to another Battle Games in Middle-earth video, and this is another unboxing video, which is a little bit unusual for the channel because, well, basically, I don't ever seem to think it's valuable to most people. I know that some people absolutely love seeing you open a box of toy soldiers because, you know, they're exciting and new and all this sort of stuff. But more often than not, I don't get anything advance of when they're actually on general sale. So I've just never thought it was worth it. But I have done a Forge World one in the past, which was for the Knights of Dol Amroth when they were on pre-release at Ardacon a year or two ago now. And people seem to really enjoy that one because it was way in advance of when most people could get their hands on these toy soldiers. So I thought I'd do the same with these guys. So this is obviously the Dunland horsemen from Forge World, which were on pre-release this weekend. And the new guys, the Heroes of Dunland, which were on pre-release at the Throne of Skulls event in Nottingham this weekend. Now, I don't particularly like the idea of pre-releasing stuff before people get a chance to actually buy them because it leads to people scalping, essentially. It leads to an increase in the number of people buying these on eBay, even though they're only going to be a couple of months away, at double the cost. So I don't really like this idea. So I thought, well, hey, this way at least you get a look at them, you can find out more, and actually I'm going to sell these on to someone straight away anyway at cost price because I hate the idea that people have missed out. So that's what I'm doing. I didn't actually go to Throne of Skulls, but hey, I thought I'd pop along, and I got very lucky with these brand new Heroes of Dunland. In particular, this guy, who is very exciting to me. You know, the guy who swears his fealty to Saruman in the second film. So that's great. So they're £26 each. Which I guess is quite a lot of money. 3 heroes and £26 for 2 mounted Dunland horsemen. And the dismounts are just the normal Dunlanding warriors. And I believe there's another pack that I didn't get the hands on, which was the Huskarls, which are a new kind of Dunland infantry, which kind of use their axes as spears as well. So I'll get stuck in. These packages are horrible to open, but here we go. There we go. So we've got the top off. Let's see what we can do. I'll slide this out. So we've got lots of different parts there you can see on the lists. Actually, they look like they're probably quite stable in terms of how you assemble these horses. So that's cool. And I like the fact it looks like it's all got you know, a horse B and horse A, so nothing can get confused. Hopefully it means that they're still able to be converted and stuff with relative ease. But there you go, that's the menu. I'm sure you're not that bothered by that. So let's crack open the actual packaging. I do hate this kind of packaging, I must say, but I guess it keeps it all together. So, right, let's see. There's nothing stuck in there because I don't want to lose any axes because these are going to go on to someone else afterwards. So there we go. Look at this. So this is really, really, really cool. There we go. We've got the detail. So I like the fact that it's got little fur. I don't know what you'd call them. The material underneath the saddle cloths, I suppose. I like that's fur rather than the blankets that Rohan used. That's really cool. These ankles, are they going to break? I don't know. They look like they could be quite durable. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. They look pretty smart. I like them. I like that. Hey, at least they're not the same horses we've always had before. Let's tuck in someone else. That's another horse. There we go. Look at that. Ooh. Very nice. Yeah, I like the detail on the fur. That looks really cool. I must say the Forge World models are very good, although having said that, there's a little bit of flash in the middle of that gap there. That's nice, though. Some horsey legs, if you're interested. They look good. They don't look particularly convertible, but hey, that doesn't seem to bother most people. I'm not a converter of many things, so there you go. It doesn't really bother me. There's some hooves. What's these? These are the shields. So these are, I think they're very much like the actual Dunland Warriors shields. They've got some scratches in them, like a little bit of detail. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? The detail on the back there. Let me try and get it close to the camera so you can actually see. There we go. So I must say, these Forge World models that they've been releasing recently, they're just, the detail is incredible. Yes, £26, £13 a model is a lot. But to be fair, I think the Outriders and the Riders of Rohan, the Royal Guard from Rohan are about that price. So actually it's not that much more. If at all more, so that's pretty good. I guess the downside is you can't get them from discount at your local store if they do discount, which mine does. So that's a shame. But hey, here we go. Here's something you want to actually see. This is one of the actual warriors themselves. So let me just let it focus a sec. So there we go. Yeah, look at that. I think that's quite nice actually. So we got the actual warrior, and now I understand from what I gather, it's either the Huskarls or these guys that they sort of take away the disadvantage, the advantages of charging if your enemies charge into you. It might have been the Huskarls that they've got some new rules that have been announced on the Warhammer community website, and were at the speech. So they're actually pretty fancy in terms of being able to counter those Rohan warriors, the cavalry charge, of course, of the Riders of Rohan. And I think, if I'm remembering it all correctly, it's all a fresh new information from yesterday, that these guys in particular have a bonus for wounding horses. Now, not riders or not cavalry, but horses themselves. They get a bonus of wounding that, which is just amazing. Imagine that, you've got Aragorn charging into a hero, one of the Dunland heroes, which I believe is one of these guys. I think it's her, and she gets bonuses that deactivate the charging bonuses and things like that. And then you've got one of these guys who runs in and just takes out Aragorn's horse on a 3+ or something like that, which would be amazing. So there you go. That's the bodies and stuff like that. And let's take a gander at the heads before we move on to the heroes. So here we go. Look at that. Okay, here we go. You can actually see it. You can see all the paint on my hands. I've been doing some painting. If you're interested, Merry and Pippin. But there you go. So that's the... And also showing up right here is where my brother stabbed me with a pencil lead many years ago. But I'm losing track and focus. So there you go. That's I'm trying to get it to focus on this, which is not particularly easy. It's not a great camera. There we go. There, so you can see the detailing is pretty nice, actually. And actually there's very little flash or mould. I mean, there's little strings here and stuff like that, but not a huge amount. So are they the same head? I don't know. I can't tell. So, is that the same one? That's shouting. Oh, no, they're different. They're different. I just must have looked at the same one twice. So they look really nice. Yeah, I must. And just looking at the picture, of course, there's something. I think maybe they have quite long necks, in particular this one on the side. He looks like he's got a long neck, but I really do like the models, and the fact that there's some shields on the base there to add a bit of decoration. That's a Rohan Royal Guard shield, isn't it? Which would be nice to have that on what looks like either a helmet or a head. But anyway, it's nice that they've actually done something with Dunland, if I'm honest. So I know lots of people are fans. I believe it's Jeremy Hunter from the Green Dragon podcast, if you've ever heard that. It's a great Middle-earth strategy battle game podcast. And he's a big fan of Dunland. And there's lots of people who aren't there. There's sort of an amusing campaign that says, make Dunland great again. So here we go. We've got this main buff guy. I believe is a 3-attack hero who's pretty strong. I can't remember all of the details. You should be able to find some of those on the Warhammer community page, but obviously the new Rohan at War book is only out this weekend, so you should be able to find out more once you've got yourself hands on that. And this is the main guy that I'm bothered by. This guy who pledges his allegiance to Saruman. And this lady, from what I remember, what people have said, the rules are apparently that you get a bonus against horses, or you negate the charge bonus of horses. So there you go. No instructions on these. Ooh, that always worries me, but I suppose they're all different guys, so it doesn't make a difference really in the scheme of things. So let's rip open the... oh, I didn't show you the axes. There you go. They're quite nice. I know, I'm just building up tension now, aren't I? And then there's a horse leg. Yep. Doing it again, just to annoy you. Right, okay, let's get cracking open on these new heroes. So there's loads of new heroes. We've got the Saruman, and we've got the Grimmer Wormtongue model. The plastic one's coming out this weekend as well. Oh, crumbs, I've broken the actual box. So all that's very exciting. We've got the book, and then there's even matched play rules guide, which is really exciting. So we've got some nice bases as well. Excellent. So that's cool. What do we got here? We've got... Oh, how exciting. So that's the Buffman's arms, I believe. So let's find the Buffman himself. Where is he? Buffman is here. There we go. Now that is a nice sculpt. Look at that. That is beautiful. Let's see how close I can actually get onto this guy. Come on. You can see a lot of my finger, but not quite so much of the guy. Here we go. That is a really, really nice sculpt. I think you'll agree. I mean, there's a scar on his face. The fur, that is a really, really nice sculpt. Amazing. Amazing detail there. And there's rings here, and there's The dagger. Oh, that's gonna be a treat to paint that, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful, beautiful stuff. I don't even know his name. I don't even know this guy's name. But anyway, there you go. So that's him and his axes. I'm sure he's got some legs somewhere in here. Maybe it's this one. I don't know. That's the shield. So yeah, I think that goes back on the back of the lady actually. So we'll have a look at her next. But that's an incredibly detailed shield, isn't it? Look at that. How detailed those dragon scales are on that shield. That's gorgeous. Even the stitching around the edges. Looks like a kind of wooden rimmed shield with like a material base or something with a bit of wood underneath. That's great. That's really nice. I like that. And then you've got some nice things there. This is the spear for that lady. It's a little bent. It's a little bent, but I'm sure with a bit of boiling water that'd be fine, wouldn't it? That's awesome. Is that a Rohan style spear? It looks almost like it's a Rohan Royal Guard spear. Maybe she's stolen it. Maybe that's the theme behind it. I like that idea. Or a throwing spear that's hit a shield and then she's kept something like that. I like that. Oh, this is a bow. No, oh, no, that's not a bow. That's just a dagger. There we go. So that must be the guy who's pledging allegiance because look, you've got his hand there. So let's move on to the two models left. Let's leave my favourite guy to last. So there we go. One of the few women in the range. This is I don't know her name. So she's the one who negates the bonuses of Rohan or cavalry generally, I assume. But that plastic is very, very smooth, isn't it? It looks really good. The detail on that face. Cracking stuff. There we go. Well, there you go. That just shows the level of detail you're getting for £26 these days. And I'm sure, obviously, if you're abroad, then it'll probably cost you a lot more. But sorry about that. Here we go. Now, this is what I wanted to see. Now, this guy looks awesome. So, can we make out his teeth? Yeah, we can. This is pretty special. I love that. I love that guy already. Can see that he hasn't got very many teeth. He's got a skull, and the detail on that stitching there is amazing. That's a really, really nice model. Really, really, really nice stuff here. And it's great that you know that these are available early for people in the Nottingham area and who are at Throne of Skulls this weekend gone. I wasn't there at Throne of Skulls. I just turned up on the Sunday and managed to pick up some models. But I'm sorry for you guys if you were around the world somewhere or you weren't able to get to Throne of Skulls, because it's a shame to miss out on these things. And I think it is kind of sad that there are event exclusives and all this sort of stuff, because ultimately we're all as much of fans of the hobby. And, you know, there's some people around the world, as I mentioned already, in Australia who are huge fans of these guys, and they won't get to see them for another couple of months. But hopefully this has gone some of the way towards making that a little bit better for you, because I'd be really annoyed if you went out there and spent £52 on these things when you can wait a month or two and get them, because that's what's happening on eBay right now. Or people are selling them at that price. I guess it doesn't mean people are buying them at that price, but still. So I've actually already got a purchaser for some of these already. So, but I'm not selling them for £52. I'm selling them for £26 because that is how much they cost. So that seems like the most sensible and fair thing to do, because let's be honest, we all have a bowl of a box of plastic that we haven't painted yet. So unless you're a massive Dunland fan, which, although I'm really keen on getting there eventually, it's not at the top of my priority list. So there you go. Dunland Heroes, new Dunland Heroes, and new Dunland Riders, and hopefully whole new Dunland army very soon. So very exciting, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It might be a bit rambly and long, but if you're desperate for Dunland, then I guess this one's for you. More painting tutorials on the way, and more tutorials of other kinds, hopefully. So thanks very much for watching, and may your dice ever roll sixes. And let's make Dunland great again.